When Super Mario Bros. Hit the NES in 1985, it didn't just define platformers. It became the foundation for the genre. Its tight controls, creative level design, and clever secrets set the standard that countless games would follow. But more important than that, it proved that platforming could feel like an adventure, a test of skill, and a joyful playground all at once. Decades later, indie developers are still carrying that torch, not by copying what Nintendo did, but by reinventing and expanding on what made those early platformers special. So if you're a fan of those classic platformers, these 5 indie platformers will bring back the retro magic in fresh and exciting ways. Before we start, make sure to check out Indie Game Arcade, the weekly podcast dedicated to bringing you nothing but the latest and greatest indie games. Check the link in the description to find Indie Game Arcade on your favorite podcast app. Number 5. 1001 Spikes. If you think The Lost Levels was tough, 1001 Spikes cranks the difficulty up to a whole new level. Developed by Nicalis and released in 2014, this brutal platformer challenges players to survive a gauntlet of deadly traps, shifting platforms, and pixel-perfect jumps. You play as Bon Hawkins, an adventurer searching for his lost father in the ruins of Ukampa. But survival is anything but easy. Traps are hidden everywhere, from collapsing floors to spikes that shoot out the second you let your guard down. So, death is inevitable. But with every failure, you're taught something new, until you finally pull off that perfect run. With a crisp pixel art style and some of the most rewarding difficulty in the genre, 1001 Spikes is a must-play for fans of an old-school style challenge. Number 4. Jump King. Platformers are all about movement, and Jump King, developed by Nexile and released in 2019, distills that concept down to its purest form. There's no enemies, no power-ups, just you and your ability to jump. Holding down the button charges your leap, releasing sends you soaring, and if you misjudge your landing, you could fall all the way back down to the bottom. Every mistake stings, but every successful jump feels like a small victory. The game's vertical progression and punishing difficulty give it a sense of tension rarely seen in platformers. It's more like something you would find out of Bennett Foddy. It's a test of patience and precision, rewarding those who take the time to master its deceptively simple mechanics. If you've ever felt that satisfaction of landing a really tough jump in a classic Mario game, Jump King takes that feeling and stretches it into an entire experience. Number 3. PomPom. PomPom, developed by TomoCamp and released in 2022, flips the platformer formula on its head. Instead of controlling PomPom the hamster, which is super cute by the way, you control the world around him, placing platforms, springs, and obstacles in real time to guide him to safety. The game feels like a mix of classic SNES-era platformers and puzzle solving, forcing you to think ahead and react quickly. The level design, with its vibrant pixel art and enemy placement, carries a familiar charm that will feel right at home for retro platformer fans. But PomPom isn't just about nostalgia, it's a fresh and inventive take on the genre that constantly keeps players on their toes. Number 2. Kitsune Tails. Developed by Kitsune Games and released in 2024, Kitsune Tails blends classic platforming with Japanese mythology to create a heartfelt and engaging adventure. Players take on the role of Yuzu, a young kitsune messenger as she travels a world filled with spirits, rival foxes, and elemental magic. While the game's colorful environment and tight controls does bring to mind a certain platformer that also shares an outfit-based power-up system, Kitsune Tails is not just about the jumping and the dashing and the power-ups. There's also a rich story woven into the game, exploring themes of love, duty, and self-discovery. For fans of platformers with strong narratives and unique settings, Kitsune Tails is a standout entry in the genre. Before we get to our top pick, how about an honorable mention? Super Sunny World. Developed by Matt Hewson, this game isn't just inspired by classic platformers, it is a classic platformer, built to run on an actual NES. From its precise controls to its hidden secrets, it fully embraces the limitations and creativity of 8-bit game design. While many modern games aim for a nostalgic feel, Super Sunny World takes it a step further by being an authentic, true-to-the-era experience. So if you've ever wondered what it would be like to discover a brand new NES game in the 80s, this is as close as it gets. While Super Sunny World has yet to release, it's definitely a worthy title for your wish list. Number 1. Super Meat Boy. If there's one game that proves that old-school platforming is still alive and well, it's Super Meat Boy. Developed by Team Meat and released in 2010, this game took everything great about retro platformers and refined them into one of the most satisfying platformers ever made. Players control Meat Boy, a small cube-shaped hero on a mission to rescue Bandage Girl from the villainous Dr. Fetus. Along the way, they'll sprint, wall jump, and slide through levels filled with saw blades, spikes, and crumbling platforms. The game is relentless, demanding pixel-perfect precision, but it never feels unfair. Every failure is a lesson, and every success feels earned, so it's no surprise that Super Meat Boy helped kickstart the modern indie platformer boom. It's a masterpiece of tight, responsive gameplay, and one of the best platformers ever made. Classic platforming never really went away. It just evolved. These games prove that the spirit of retro platforming is still alive, offering fresh takes on the genre while still staying true to what made those early games like the Mario Brothers great. Whether you're looking for a brutal challenge, a clever twist on platforming mechanics, or a story-driven adventure, there's something here for every classic platformer fan. But what indie games would you add to this list? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more indie game content. And don't forget to check out the Indie Game Arcade podcast for more recommendations and discussions about your favorite indie games. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.